Hello and welcome to the update. I'm Heidi Tiltons. Cough medicine is being pulled from shelves across the country. The recall affects 55 over-the-counter products, including commonly used brands like Benadryl, Codral and Bisolven. The TGA has linked the syrups to an increased risk of anaphylactic reactions when used before general anaesthesia. The Treasurer says it's vital the superannuation system is tweaked in a bid to prop up the federal budget. From July 1, 2025, the tax rate on super will increase to 30% for amounts above $3 million. Jim Chalmers insists it won't be retrospective and will affect fewer than 80,000 people.
We are not trying to diminish anybody's superannuation balance. This is a prospective change that comes in a couple of years' time, and it's about future earnings over a certain balance that people have.
Department stores were the big winners in the latest retail sales data. Turnover jumped 1.9% in January, recovering from a big drop in December. Most industries did well, with consumers spending $35 billion over the last month. Workplace ministers from around the country have taken a key step towards banning engineered stone products in Australia. The material contains silica, which is responsible for the deadly lung disease silicosis. Federal Workplace Minister Tony Burke says Safe Work Australia has been asked to look at how a ban would work.
Not all engineered stone is at 97-98% silica. There are some forms that are at much lower levels of percentages and therefore present a much lower risk.
As many as 1,500 jobs are under threat with the collapse of Australia's largest refrigerated truck and storage company. Scott's Refrigerated Logistics has entered voluntary administration. The company supplies major supermarkets, raising fresh concerns about potential effects on food prices. The Commonwealth Bank is being sued by a worker after being told he couldn't return to the office and would have to work from home permanently. The financial planner was denied redundancy pay after the bank closed its retail financial planning business and instead offered a remote position. He's now filed action in the federal court saying the working from home arrangements interfered with his private life. In sport, Western Bulldogs defender Ryan Gardner will miss the opening rounds of the AFL season. He needs to have surgery on his elbow. While the Brisbane Lions are still trying to decide on a captain for the season, 5 players have been interviewed for the role. New Zealand's become just the 4th team in history to win a test after a follow-on, beating England by 1 run. And LeBron James could be out of action for several weeks after injuring his foot during the Lakers' win over the Mavericks in the NBA. In entertainment news, Ed Sheeran has delighted hundreds of sick kids and their families at the Melbourne Children's Hospital with an impromptu concert, performing some of his biggest hits in the foyer of the hospital ahead of shows at the MCG. Alec Baldwin is facing a new lawsuit in the wake of the deadly Rust shooting. 3 crew members claim they now suffer from PTSD and anxiety, as well as blast injuries after hearing the shot which killed cinematographer Helena Hutchins. And Matthew McConaughey has shared a rare glimpse into his low-key family life. The Oscar winner's wife has shared a sweet snap of the 53-year-old playing barber, cutting the hair off his youngest son, while his oldest son and dog watched on. And that's the latest from the Nova Podcast News team, but we'll see you tomorrow morning for another episode of The Update.